Guys, this is Tina back in for another quick story. I had recently put out a short about this one. This one is pretty sick, so if you're sensitive, you might want to click away. I do notice that my numbers have dropped, and I'm going to continue telling true crime whether they're dropping or not. Hopefully, eventually, from what I'm told, is just keep trying, so I'm going to keep doing that. So anyway, the person that I'm going to go ahead and speak about, I'm going to get straight into it. It's about Anthony Sowell. He was arrested on October 31st of 2009. That's why I had put in the reel about the Halloween situation. I was surprised that a lot of people do not know about Anthony Sowell and his crimes, and also that there's no relation to Halloween with that. I mean, he was arrested on that day, but his crimes didn't necessarily happen on that day. So, what Anthony Sowell, he was a serial killer, but he was a really sick, sadistic um, killer in the fact that he also lived with the bodies in his home. So it was just very bizarre. So what ends up happening is the police go to arrest him on October 31st of 2009 to his home and enter his home and find two dead bodies and body parts around the house. So they later do arrest Anthony Sowell and then find out later that he was some type of narcotics addict and also an alcoholic, and he used a lot of women who were compromised and would lure them in with the promise of what he could offer them. And so he would then murder them, and he was actually living in the room with parts of their remains there. There were said that there were some remains there for so long it was like they were cemented in. So this guy would go out like daily, and he would seem like he's normal and all, but he would be doing unusual things. Some people had reported him. I know there was one woman that had come forward but wasn't believed and was actually pushed out of a business because she was not clothed, and she had ran from his house. I don't really want to mention her name because these people are still out there. The survivors of Anthony Sowell. It's pretty crazy to think that he could go day to day. So they said he had these. He seems like in his interviews, and I'll leave some of those at the end of this video, or have left it in the video, where he seems like he's normal, but then I guess apparently when he does his, whatever he uses and drinks, he turns into like a demon and does crazy things. But the flip side to that to me is like he still lived with got up every single day and lived in the bedroom with pieces of people left in his room. I don't know how one disconnects from that, so it's crazy. He was sentenced to death, but he did die in prison on February 8th of 2021, of an unknown illness. It does not say, all it says is that it's non-COVID related. We know that he was a drug user. I think they may have smoked that stuff then. I'm not sure about that particular part of the addiction, but it was an epidemic that we had, I want to say at least a decade or more ago, that I don't think exists anymore. So anyway, what's even more crazy is that there was a stench that was coming from that house for years, and for years people blamed it on the business that was down the street that was some type of sausage factory, and they were saying that it was something to do with the drainage. And so they didn't realize that the smell had been coming from the house in Cleveland, Ohio, of Anthony Sowell, and the remains of all the people that were, and I believe it was 3 floors, and every floor had, remains in it, even one part just being just the skull, which is kind of just unthinkable, unbelievable. I'm not going to say unfathomable. That seems to be like a trending word, fathom. I can't fathom. Anyway, imagine or, think of that you could live with pieces of people and not even smell the odor daily, so regardless of how he seemed, he was a psychopath. And luckily he's gone, and I feel bad for the victims that survived, but at least they were, able to survive. There were 11 women that didn't. So I will leave all the information down below. Again, as I said, as my numbers are dropping, I would really hope if you could subscribe, that would be great. I will leave you also links below to follow me on Facebook, and I also have a TikTok that I do these little creepy videos on. You can check those out if you're interested. So far, it's going well for TikTok, I guess. It's new to me. So anyways, guys, I'll see you soon in the next video, and please stay till the end of the video. Remember, like, subscribe, comment. Any comments, please leave them down below. I'm open to it, okay? Until the next video, take care of yourselves. Thank you.
For a terminal illness not related to COVID-19, they say. He died yesterday. In 2011, a judge sentenced him to death for killing 11 women. Investigators found their bodies at his home on Imperial Avenue in 2009.
Thanks for watching. Like or subscribe to my channel. You can also follow me on Facebook. Thank you.